At this stage, I'll ask Dr. Morten Lowengrub, the Provost and Senior Vice President of Yeshiva University, to join me at the lectern. Faculty Scholar Awards recognize scholarly and creative work of exceptional merit by a full-time member of the Albert Einstein College of Medicine faculty. We'll begin asking Dr. Katerina Dadakova to join us. Dr. Lowengrub, it is my privilege to present Dr. Dadakova, Associate Professor of Nuclear Medicine and of Microbiology and Immunology. Dr. Dadakova is being invested as the Sylvia and Robert S. Olnick Faculty Chair in Cancer Research. Einstein overseer Sylvia Olnick was unable to join us this afternoon. Dr. Dadakova, you've given new meaning to radioimmunotherapy, also known as RIT. Previously considered exclusively a treatment for cancer, you've successfully demonstrated its potential in treating infectious diseases. Of particular note, you've shown the efficacy of organism-specific radio-labeled antibodies in the treatment of fungal, bacterial, and viral infections, including HIV. You've also used RIT to develop treatment for metastatic melanoma, a form of skin cancer that is currently considered incurable. An initial clinical trial in patients with metastatic melanoma was completed in June of 2008 through a pharmaceutical company that has licensed the technology that you and Einstein colleagues developed. Phase 1 and 2 trials are currently in progress. This research, some of you may have attended, was the topic of a special panel discussion presented in the Lafrac Auditorium just last month. Your research focus is not limited to RIT, though. You were also the first to realize the therapeutic potential of positron-emitting isotopes in the treatment of cancer, enabling the use of 18-fluorine-labeled glucose, a molecule routinely used in PET, or positron emission tomography, as a potential therapeutic agent for metabolically active cancers such as breast cancer or lymphoma. Through another innovative study of yours, motivated by the detection of fungi found growing on reactors at Chernobyl, you examined the interaction between melanin, a pigment that is ubiquitous in nature and present in the Cryptococcus fungus being studied, and ionizing radiation. This led to the discovery, in collaboration with your colleague, Dr. Arturo Casadevall, of a novel mechanism through which melanized fungi appear to use radioactivity as an energy source for making food and spurring their growth. Dr. Lowengrub, may I commend Dr. Dadakova to you as the Sylvia and Robert S. Olnick Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research, and ask that you, as Vice President of Yeshiva University, officially confer upon her this high honor.
Dr. Dadakova, it is my privilege to invest you as a Sylvia and Robert S. Olnick Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University. In token thereof, and as a symbol of our high regard for you, it is my great pleasure to present you with this certificate. Which records this appointment with our very best wishes and for your continuing success. Congratulations.
Will Dr. Gary L. Goldberg please join us? And I would like to invite Einstein overseer Linda Altman and her spouse, Earl, to join me at the lectern. It is my privilege to present Dr. Gary Goldberg, Professor and Vice Chair of Obstetrics and Gynecology and Women's Health, Chief of Gynecology Surgery Services, and Director of the Division of Gynecologic Oncology. Dr. Goldberg is being invested as the Linda and Earl Altman Faculty Scholar. Dr. Goldberg, you've been recognized both nationally and internationally as an expert in the management of patients with gynecologic cancers, in particular those with ovarian cancer. Your research has focused on conducting clinical trials for gynecological cancers, not only ovarian cancer, but as well cervical and endometrial cancer. In addition to serving as chief of the gynecology surgery services at Einstein's University Hospital and Academic Center, the Montefiore Medical Center, you lead the training of fellows, residents, house staff, and Einstein students in this very special discipline within OBGYN. You also oversee the Gynecologic Oncology Fellowship Training Program, which is one of just 40 such fellowships nationally, and is vitally important to making sure we produce well-trained, sensitive physicians to help women who are at their most vulnerable as they navigate the difficulties of these often serious forms of cancer. Your globally renowned expertise is widely sought, as evidenced by your role as reviewer of approximately 10 professional journals. As well, your value as a leader in your field is further demonstrated by your recently completed term as president of the New York Obstetrical Society and your continued service on its board. Dr. Lowengrub, may I commend Dr. Goldberg to you as the Linda and Earl Altman Faculty Scholar and ask that you, as Vice President of Yeshiva University, officially confer upon him this high honor.
Dr. Goldberg, it is my privilege to invest you as the Linda and Earl Altman Faculty Scholar at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University. In token thereof, and as a symbol of our high regard for you, it is my great pleasure to present you with this official certificate, which will record this appointment for you, and with our very best wishes for your continuing success.
Will Dr. John M. Greeley please join us? I would like the chairperson of Einstein's Board of Overseers, Dr. Ruth Gottesman, to join me at the lectern. Dr. Lowengrub, it is my privilege to present Dr. John Greeley, Associate Professor of Genetics and of Medicine. Dr. Greeley is being invested as Faculty Scholar for Epigenomics. Dr. Greeley, since joining the Einstein faculty in 2001, your research has focused on the regulation of the genome and its dysregulation in disease. In particular, the epigenetic regulation of genes, turning them on and off, is increasingly recognized to be one of the most important mechanisms leading to numerous diseases, including cancer, in which it's been found that essentially every form of cancer involves abnormalities in epigenetic control mechanisms. Among your numerous roles at Einstein, you serve as director of the Einstein Center for Epigenomics, a center made possible through the generosity of Ruth and David Gottesman. Your research interests include studying the epigenetic regulation of stem cells, exploring epigenetic abnormalities not only in cancer, but also diabetes, Huntington's disease, and allergies. A recent multi-million-dollar series of NIH grants supporting research done by colleagues in collaboration and supported by your leadership of the Epigenomics Center is clear proof not only of the importance of these epigenetic changes, but also of your ability to innovate and pioneer and bring about opportunities to investigate the importance of these epigenetic changes in their contribution to human diseases and fundamental biologic processes. Your leadership roles within this field extend beyond Einstein. You serve on the editorial board of a new journal, Epigenetics and Chromatin, and are a member of a steering group established by the American Association for Cancer Research to establish an international human epigenome project. Dr. Lowengrub, may I commend Dr. John Greeley as the Faculty Scholar for Epigenomics.
Dr. Greeley, it is my privilege to invest you as Faculty Scholar for Epigenomics at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University. In token thereof, and as a symbol of our high regard for you, it is my great pleasure to present you with this official certificate recording your appointment with our best wishes for your continuing success.
Will Dr. Jeffrey E. Segal please join us? Dr. Lowengrub, it is my privilege to present Dr. Jeffrey Segal, Professor of Anatomy and Structural Biology. Dr. Segal is being invested as the Betty and Sheldon Feinberg Senior Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research. Einstein overseer Betty Feinberg was unable to join with us this afternoon. Dr. Segal, since the mid-1990s, you've been interested in studying cell motility, how cells move, particularly as it applies to cancer metastasis, how cancer spreads. Using methods that you and your collaborators have developed, you're currently collaborating with other Einstein faculty members in the study of not only breast cancer, but glioblastoma and head and neck cancer. Your initial work was conducted with the protein known as epidermal growth factor receptor. You and your team are also working to identify additional proteins which, when overexpressed or underexpressed, affect the spread of cancer. We're giving your preliminary data here. Are you sure you want us to reveal this? All right. Suffice it to say that the preliminary results are promising, as I'm sure the study section will agree. And among the validation studies, a second screen of 25 genes that you are trying to validate the initial results, but not to be made light of, is the critical importance of this work in identifying growth suppressors and indeed genes that will give us a handle on the ability to block the ability of the cancer cells to metastasize. Dr. Lowengrub, may I commend Dr. Segal to you as the Betty and Sheldon Feinberg Senior Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research.
Dr. Segal, it is my privilege to invest you as the Betty and Sheldon Feinberg Senior Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University. In token thereof, and as a symbol of our high regard for you, it is my great pleasure to present you with this official certificate recording your appointment with our best wishes for your continuing success. Congratulations.
Will Dr. Ulrich Steidl please join us? Einstein overseer Diane Belfer was to have joined us, but unfortunately at the last moment was unable to. So in her absence, Dr. Lowengrub, it is my privilege to present Dr. Ulrich Steidl, an assistant professor in the Department of Cell Biology, being invested as the Diane and Arthur B. Belfer Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research. Dr. Steidl, when you joined us from Harvard last year, you brought along an outstanding translational research program that embodies Einstein's commitment to employing innovative techniques to develop treatments for patients. Your research focuses on identifying critical mechanisms that drive the development of deregulated stem cells, known as leukemia stem cells, or more generally, cancer stem cells. And if I could just make a personal observation, when Governor Patterson visited Einstein just last week, and we had our roundtable discussion, and then he gave his address, you clearly had so carefully and lucidly explained the concept of cancer stem cells that he totally got it and gave that, and that's not trivial, because if I were up there and had to talk about New York State politics, I'd be beside myself. So, Vic, you're not supposed to laugh that loud. Your research has increased our understanding of the molecular pathways implicated in the development of acute myeloid leukemias, AML. Quite appropriately, your research has garnered recognition, including your selection as a recipient of the Howard Temin Pathway to Independence Award in Cancer Research from the National Cancer Institute. For those who don't know, Howard Temin was a Nobel laureate, the late Howard Temin, for whom this award of the National Cancer Institute is named. You also have received a Merit Award from the American Society of Hematology and a Young Master's Award from the German, Austrian, and Swiss Societies of Hematology Oncology. Dr. Lowengrub, may I commend Dr. Steidl to you as the Diane and Arthur B. Belfer Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research.
Dr. Steidl, it is my privilege to invest you as a Diane and Arthur B. Belfer Faculty Scholar in Cancer Research at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine of Yeshiva University. In token thereof, and as a symbol of our high regard for you, it is my great pleasure to present you with this official certificate recording your appointment with our very best wishes for your continuing success.